Have you ever felt like someone was subtly pulling your strings, making you do things you wouldn't normally do? It's more common than you think. Pause here. We're surrounded by manipulators, and understanding their tactics is the first step toward freedom. Do you know the telltale signs of a toxic personality? By the end of this video, you'll know how to recognize them and, more importantly, how to protect yourself. We'll explore the persuasive techniques they use, and I'll give you concrete strategies to resist them. Later, we'll look at a common scenario where this plays out. Stay tuned. Are you tired of feeling controlled? Do you sense when someone is pulling your strings? You're not alone. Today, we'll confront the reality of manipulation, a dark art often wielded to gain power over others. First, let's understand what we're up against. Manipulation uses subtle, often insidious, tactics to influence your decisions and actions. It's about control, not collaboration. Recognizing these tactics is your first line of defense. One common tactic is gaslighting. Imagine a situation at work. Your boss consistently denies your contributions, making you question your competence. This is gaslighting in action. It erodes your self-worth and makes you reliant on the manipulator. Another is guilt tripping. This involves using emotional blackmail to get what they want. If you loved me, you'd do this. See how that works. It's about leveraging your emotions, not your reason. Then there's the use of flattery, also known as love bombing. Excessive praise and attention can be used to disarm you, making you more susceptible to their influence. So how do we protect ourselves? Awareness is key. Observe patterns of behavior. Does someone frequently contradict themselves? Are your boundaries being constantly ignored? Cultivate self-awareness. Understand your own vulnerabilities. What are your fears, your needs, your desires? Manipulators exploit these. Learn to say no. It's a complete sentence. It doesn't require justification. Stand firm in your boundaries. Seek objective perspectives. Talk to trusted friends, family, or a therapist. They can provide a clear view when you're in the fog of manipulation. Consider this. A colleague constantly criticizes your work, making you doubt yourself. You could choose to internalize it, or you could recognize the manipulation, understand their insecurity, and not let their words affect you. Protect your mental space. Recognize these tactics. Strengthen your boundaries. Choose autonomy over control. Remember, you have the power. What manipulative tactics have you experienced, and how did you respond? Here's what you need to know about recognizing dark personality traits. Are you ready to see the world and yourself in a new light? First, let's talk about control. Dark personalities often seek to dominate. They might use manipulation, intimidation, or even charm to get their way. Ask yourself, are you frequently subjected to someone's pressure? Are you always apologizing? Are you walking on eggshells? Now, let's address emotional responses. Stoics knew that reacting to situations is a choice. Dark personalities might use this to their advantage. They could provoke you into an emotional outburst, then use that against you. Instead of reacting, pause, breathe, and consider, can you control this situation or must you adjust your response? Next, examine how others treat you. Dark personalities often lack empathy. They may disregard your feelings, needs, and boundaries. Observe, do they listen to you? Do they validate your emotions? Or do they dismiss your concerns or twist your words? Self-discipline is critical here. Dark personalities will test your resolve. They'll push your limits and try to make you abandon your values. Your job is to remain true to yourself. So ask, what are your core principles? How will you uphold them in the face of pressure? Resilience is also key. Dark personalities can be incredibly draining. You'll likely face setbacks, challenges, and moments of self-doubt. Instead of giving in, build your mental fortitude. You must develop a support system. Recognize your weaknesses and learn from every experience. Let's use a quick example. Imagine a colleague constantly takes credit for your work. You've tried to resolve the issue, but they deny the behavior. A dark personality thrives in this situation. Do you get angry and lose your composure, giving them more fuel? Or do you detach from the emotional reaction, document the instances, and seek support from your supervisor? Remember, recognizing dark personalities isn't about labeling or judging others. It's about protecting your well-being. The key is self-awareness, combined with a practical understanding of these dynamics. Now, how can you apply these insights to a situation in your life right now? Are you tired of feeling used, manipulated, or drained by others? Let's face it, we've all been there. Today, we're diving into how to safeguard yourself from emotional exploitation, a cornerstone of dark psychology, using the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Think about the last time you felt emotionally manipulated. Did someone guilt-trip you, play on your insecurities, or make you feel obligated to do something you didn't want to? That's exploitation in action. Stoicism teaches us that external events, including other people's behavior, have no power over our inner peace. It's our judgments about those events that cause us distress. So, how do we take back control? First, practice radical self-awareness. Identify your values, your boundaries, and what truly matters to you. What are you willing to compromise on, and what are you not? This self-knowledge is your shield. Second, cultivate emotional resilience. Learn to detach yourself from the need for external validation. Ask yourself, why do I feel compelled to please this person? What's the underlying fear? Is it rejection? Loneliness? Recognizing these vulnerabilities gives you power. Third, and crucially, choose your responses. Stoics believed in responding thoughtfully, not reacting impulsively. Someone tries to guilt-trip you. Instead of immediately caving, take a breath. Evaluate the situation. Is their request reasonable? Does it align with your values? A simple, "I need some time to think about that," can be incredibly powerful. Here's a concrete example. Imagine a colleague constantly asks you to cover their shifts, making you feel bad when you decline. Instead of automatically saying yes out of guilt, apply these principles. Recognize your boundary. You value your time. When they ask, respond with, "I am unavailable that day and won't be able to help out." Fourth, practice the discipline of assent. This means agreeing only with what is true and reasonable. Don't let others pressure you into believing or doing things that don't align with your reality. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, distance yourself from toxic individuals. This doesn't necessarily mean a dramatic confrontation. It could mean limiting contact, reducing your emotional investment, or simply refusing to engage in their manipulative tactics. Protecting your peace is paramount. Remember, you can't control others, but you can control your response. By embracing these Stoic principles, you can navigate challenging social situations with greater clarity, strength, and resilience. Now, consider this. What's one area in your life where you feel vulnerable to emotional exploitation? What's one small, Stoic step you can take today to reclaim your power? Are you ready to become a master of your own mind? Then, let's talk about something crucial: identifying and resisting the manipulative tactics that are all around us. Ever felt pressured to do something you didn't want to, or buy something you didn't need? You're not alone. We're constantly bombarded with persuasive techniques, and understanding them is your first line of defense. Think about the foot and theodore technique. Someone asks for a small favor, and once you agree, they hit you with a bigger request. Why does it work? Because we want to be consistent with our previous actions. Consider this. A coworker asks you to cover a short meeting, then they ask you to take on a larger project. Are you feeling that subtle pressure? Another powerful tactic is scarcity. Advertisers tell us that a product is limited edition or selling out fast. This preys on our fear of missing out, or FOMO. Is that new gadget really worth it, or are you being played? Then there's the appeal to authority. Celebrities and experts endorse products, hoping their credibility will rub off on you. But remember, even experts can be biased or simply wrong. Question everything. Reciprocity is another classic. Someone does something for you and you feel obligated to return the favor. Free samples, unsolicited gifts, these are all designed to trigger this feeling. Are you acting out of genuine kindness or a sense of obligation? How do you fight back? Awareness is key. Recognize these tactics when they're used. Pause before you react. Ask yourself, what are their motives? What are my own needs and desires? Set clear boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no. Practice assertive communication. State your needs clearly and confidently. If you feel pressured, take a break. Walk away. Give yourself time to think. Cultivate critical thinking. Research claims, verify information, and consider alternative perspectives. Don't blindly accept what you're told. Remember the power of self-control. Don't let others dictate your choices. Your mind is your sanctuary. Protect it. What is one persuasive technique you've seen in action recently, and how did you respond? So we've reached the end. We've journeyed through the heart of Stoicism. Remember that core truth we unearthed together. The one about focusing on what you can control. It's the cornerstone. But here's the question. Are you truly living it? Are you today choosing action over anxiety, virtue over victimhood? Think about it. Stoicism isn't some dusty philosophy. It's a battle plan, a roadmap for a better you, and it demands action. So let's make it happen. 3 steps starting now. First, reflect. Take a moment. What's frustrating you right now? What's causing you stress? Write it down. Is it external, a traffic jam, a rude comment? Or is it internal, fear, worry, anger? Second, reframe. Separate what you can control from what you can't. You can't control the traffic. You can control your reaction. You can choose patience. You can choose calm. Third, act. This is the moment of truth. Put your stoic practice into play. Someone, maybe a stranger, may have been rude to you. Maybe it was your boss, a friend, or a family member. Focus your attention and intention on what you can do, not what you can't. What would a virtuous response be? How can you respond with kindness, understanding, or simply silence? I knew a guy named Marcus. He used to get furious in the face of conflict with his family, but he began to practice Stoicism and started to think about his response before he reacted. He listened more, spoke less, and found that his relationships transformed. Try that now. What immediate action can you take based on these steps? Share it in the comments. Tag someone who needs this reminder. Subscribe for more, and let's build a community of action. What will you choose to control today?